Hey guys, it's Eric.
It's Tim.
We are D&D Miniature and Board Games. Hey, so we just got back from CMON Expo and we ran into one heck of a deal. We got Kick-Ass, the initial board game, plus we got the expansion for free, and this was 25% off at the Expo. So, you know what? We hadn't even played it, but I bought it. And then we got to play it. So, we're going to go ahead, we're going to unbox this, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
So, as we were saying, we're going to go ahead, we're going to unbox Kick-Ass. It's a nice little miniature game. I'm sorry, I kind of see it a cross between Zombicide and Godfather. What do you think?
I definitely think that it's a cross between something and Godfather. I don't see the zombie side as much.
I think it was more in the spawn and the equipment cards.
Still.
Though you're not searching for them, you're buying them, but, you know.
Still. So if anybody gets discouraged right off the rip because said it was, similar to Godfather, don't.
No, don't.
Because first off, I thought Godfather was a good game. Second off, this is laden with cussing.
Alright, so the initial rulebook. This is very easy to follow. We did the demo at Cool Mini, and then we went and we got one of the games out of the library.
Taking place, yeah.
So we could play it. And it was very easy to go through this. There were a few things that we got kind of stuck on, but it wasn't hard to find. There is a little bit in the rule book that could be better, but we'll get into that when we do our review of it after we do our playthrough in a couple weeks.
And just for those that are wondering right off the rip, is it based on the movie or is it based on the comics? This is based on the comics. The movie doesn't play much of a role in this at all, if at all. This is mainly all from the comics. So really, really cool.
So these are your dashboards. You have to keep your hero happy. You do have hardships if you get low on your happiness. You have strengths that give you more dice or bring up your happiness. You have your public opinion, which is kind of like your social media. And as your public opinion goes up, well, you get more attributes. You also have your health tracker. You'll notice that different characters have different health tracks. Like Kick-Ass, he has 6 health track. But then you get Hit Girl, she's down to like 3. Big Daddy has 5. Colonel Stars has 4. Dr. Gravity has 4. Also, you also notice too, like their strengths change.
Yeah, not everybody's the same.
Yeah, and the social medias are different. So, and you got Night Bitch and Ass Kicker. So, it comes with a good assortment of tokens. They are front and back. Normal CMON tokens, they pop up really nice. Now, apparently this was initially staged to go to Kickstarter, but they wanted to get it out real fast, which is why at the Expo we were able to get the expansion for free just by buying the game. And I think with the expansion and the game and the 25% off for buying it at the Expo, I think I paid like $40. Not a bad little price. So you do have money which is involved in this. But let's stretch this board out a little bit. So, the board itself, let's bring it down a little bit. Oh, you're in the way. So you have your different sections. You have the docks, you have the shops, Central Park, City Hall, Police Department, Library, and Hospital. So as you spawn thugs, they'll spawn in different areas, but as these areas fill up, if you aren't able to knock them down, say the library fills up, well, if you get another spawn in the library, it goes to Wall Street. If Wall Street fills up, then it goes to City Hall. If all 6 in City Hall fill up, that's the end of the game. You also have up here, which you may not be able to see, but we'll turn this upside down so you can see that. You have events. So at the start of every round, you flip an event card, and they move down as you get more events. Now, if you can defeat the events that are happening in the game, you get bonuses. If you don't and they fall off, well, it can hurt you really badly.
Yeah, we found that out.
Yeah, that's how we lost.
It's one of many ways we lost. Bases. Does CMON do this on a regular basis? Give you bags? Yes. Yes, they do. The dreaded die.
Explain the dice while I'm taking some of this stuff out.
Do you really want me to explain the dice?
Yes, because I hate the dice.
Well, I don't have a good opinion of the dice either.
But why don't you take them out and roll them, and they can see how horrid those dice can be.
Your combat dice are the red. Your defense dice are the blue. Naturally, the stronger your hero gets, the more dice you get. Now, most everybody is going to be rolling just one attack die at the beginning. And they tend to land on the blanks a lot. And how many hits does it take to kill a minion? One.
But
what happens?
So if you don't get killed, he automatically hits you.
Regardless, you kill him, he still hits you. But rolling those blanks really ticks you off.
It's like a 50-50 die.
It's not.
Wow.
It's not 50-50. I don't care what anybody says.
Alright, so we were talking about how you get hardships if your happiness goes down. Paranoia. You can only hit somebody when you're alone. You get alcoholism. Gambling problem. Drug addiction. Drug abuse, which takes away a defense die. Mental illness, if you get one of those lightning bolts, it takes away from your social media. Insomnia, depression, obliviousness, laziness. Laziness actually takes away from your movement. Napoleon syndrome, and mania. Mania, if you get one of those lightning bolts during your attack or defense, it actually takes away from your happiness. So you do get starting equipment, and it depends on the color of your character. Like Kick-Ass gets his normal nightsticks, and I believe it was Big Daddy and Hit Girl get the vests.
Bulletproof vest.
And the Colonel gets Sophia, and I'm assuming the Whip is Night Bitch. And I know the Gravity Pole was what was that character's
Dr.
name?
Gravity.
Yep. And I'm assuming Health Kit is probably Ass Kick. Yeah. Now, if you go up against the big bosses do have boss combat. Heroes must reroll. Heroes have -2 hits, a wound for each hero, 2+ hits to enemy powers. I would have to look that up. And super minions have 3 hearts this fight. This is where kind of like the zombie side comes in. You've got your spawn tokens, spawn cards. But this is what's interesting is based on the amount of characters you have playing depends on how many figures will spawn. So if you're playing like a solo game, then instead of you getting like 4 minions, you get maybe 1 minion or maybe no minions to start off with. We were playing a 4-player, so it starts out where you get 3. And it would go like your first one goes to the dock, second one to the shop, third one to the hospital. And then if you have a 4th one, it goes back to the top. And it just keeps compounding on all of those. Some of them will add on, like this one up here says basic spawn, but it's got this here. Well, that changes your tracker. Say if you're using this one. So if you got your basic spawn added on and you were on 0, well now you are spawning 1, so 1 does go to the docks. If you were on 2 and it goes to 3, well dock, shop, and hospital all get 1. And they're all pretty similar. I mean, there's nothing really different about them. Some of them don't have where it ups the spawn. Some of them have special events that happen in there. But the spawn cards themselves are very self-explanatory. Now, you do have items. Now, these things, you, at the start of every round, you put 4 new ones out. And when you go to the shop, you can buy those. So, but if nobody buys those 4 during that round, well, you pick those 4 up and 4 more get put down. Same thing, next round, another 4 get put down. And you notice there's quite a good selection of weapons. Now, one of them are 1 use per round, like the taser, but you get to bring it back in your next round. You got hero capes, you got shields, magnum, leather jacket. You've got quite a lot of choices here to choose from, and each one has a cost. Like this one's a $1, but it gives you a 1 defense die. And this one's a hero mask. It gives you, if you get a light for every lightning bolt, you get a social media like, and that's $2. And some are more expensive than others. I think the most expensive one I saw was maybe $5. I think it was the bazooka.
Yeah.
So, also in each round there are 3 events or 3 turns? 3 turns. So say you're playing Kick-Ass. And you have those 4 cards, and say you have, where's this other one? So these are the cards you start out with. So Kick-Ass initially has 5 movement cards and 1 attack card. So if I decide to attack with Kick-Ass, I get to move 1 space to, say I want to go from the hospital to the library. Well, to hit, it costs me happiness. And I get to roll, because he uses the nightsticks, I get to roll 1 red combat die to see if I hit something. I don't get a defense die, so I'm automatically taking a wound and I'm losing happiness.
That's normally what happens when you take a wound.
You've also got where, like, you've got a free time where you move 2 spaces and you've got this little stopwatch. Well, it's still a stopwatch. If you go to the locations,
corresponds on the board.
Well, each one of them has something you can do with that stopwatch. And that's, you can get like 2 health, you can get money, you can build your strength up, you can build your happiness up. So, a lot of good stuff you can do with that. And all these cards have different things. And then you have at the end of each event, you can actually trade one of these in and get a better card, because you put 4 movement and 2 attack cards out onto the table, and as a team you get to decide who takes what. And you may just decide to turn in the school money and maybe get a better attack card, because Kick-Ass has like 1 attack card. So once per round he can attack somebody. You will find in this game you've got to attack a lot more than once per round. And also you can combine attacks. You can take 2 or 3 heroes against 1 character figure, 1 boss, and where they may all roll, like say Tim's character has 2 dice and maybe I have 2 attack dice. So Tim, if you want to, we will both roll. Great. So we got a hit, and we got a shield, and we got a lightning bolt. Well, if one of Tim's special abilities with the lightning bolt was he heals a health, he would automatically heal a health, or if he gets a happiness or something from it. So he gets one hit against the main character. Say the main character is doing 4 points of damage though. So now it's 3 points of damage, and you can split it up amongst you. Instead of Tim attacking him and taking 4 hits of damage, and me then attacking him and getting 4 points of damage, you do it at the same time, and you can split that 4 points of damage.
Share the wealth.
Share the wealth. And then there's different boss events. There's actual, these are some of the event cards.
And the events are specific to how many players are playing as well.
It's like automatically kill shot, spawn kill shot City Hall. Kill shot deals 1 damage to closest hero every sleep phase. In this there's different turns, and during the sleep phase, different things can happen. Different boss characters can do attacks, or they can spawn more minions. So we actually had one that took our money. Any money we made, it took. Oh yeah, gotta gather some money. And until you got to 20, this card just kept taking your money.
But we weren't making money anyways.
We were dying. And that is the cool thing too, is nobody actually dies as you get knocked out.
Yeah.
And then they come back. None of our characters actually got knocked out, so we never really saw what transpired when you brought them back yet.
Nope.
We lost before that even happened. Though Glenda, I think, came really close.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at some of these figures.
Tape.
CMON and their tape. Wow. You got on all sides of this thing.
Pee on it. I'm just going to watch you struggle.
My God, CMON, how much tape did you put on this thing? Okay. So, you got your main characters here. Obviously, you have the kick-ass character and
Hit Girl.
Hit Girl.
Captain.
Yep. Big Daddy.
Gravity. Bitch. Ass kicker.
Right. And then you have the initial bosses and the
advanced bosses.
Yeah. And then you have your minions. And I think these guys are like the larger minions, but I'm not positive.
I think they're just different sculpts.
It may just be different skulls. I was trying to look into it. I just never looked too close at the front page of that. But basically, the initial game, you get your choice of 6 different heroes. You do have 6 major bosses that you can fight and 5 minors. The minors come out in the event cards. The other ones come out as your boss characters. And you can randomly pick your boss, or you can actually pick a boss, and that's who you want to fight during that game. But all in all, Kick-Ass was an ass-kicking game.
It was pretty kick-ass.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this. I want to get this back on the table. I think we're going to be playing it tomorrow at back at the expo again tomorrow. We have a couple of our subscribers, our fans, people that watch our videos, and we're going to sit down tomorrow and play with the people that watch our videos and support our channel. If you guys are at the expo, you want to throw some dice with us, let us know. We'll be more than happy to sit down and play a game. Tim and Glenda and I will be there. So, just come over, say hey. You are probably seeing 360-degree views of all these figures, because there are 4 different sculpts for the minions, and the minors there's 5, for the majors there's 6, and then there's 6, so 6, 12, 17, 21 different figures in this set.
I'm not doing math.
Yeah, I'm not doing math. But anyways, guys, Support your local gaming. We support.
Discover Games, Fayetteville, Georgia.
As always, guys, game on.
Game on.